Audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Kameel Majdali.
Well, as a Christian believer, you know that the character of Joseph from the Old Testament is a towering figure in Scripture. Kameel, when we think about Joseph today, he has made a huge impact on the way we think about a whole lot of issues, especially areas of leadership and integrity.
Well, I agree with you, Neil. Joseph is a towering figure. And there's something like almost 13 chapters of Scripture in the book of Genesis just devoted to Joseph and his amazing story. It is unique in every way. But for us today, and we do need to think about today and we do need to think about the future, there are so many lessons we can learn from Joseph, both in his character, in his leadership, and some of the just common sense principles he embodied. Many of these are listed in the narrative in Genesis, but there are those that we can deduce from Genesis and apply to our lives today. And I say that if we can learn and apply the Joseph principles, we will not be afraid of the future. In fact, we will land on our feet.
For most of us, when we think of Joseph, we're thinking of Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, and there's been movies and musicals all about Joseph. Those are those things that happened in his early life that characterize him as he moved on and went through a lot of adversity, a lot of trial, a lot of struggle. And it's through those struggles we start to see some of these principles emerge.
Well, I'm glad that the biblical portrait of Joseph goes far beyond any rock concert or play that we have. The thing is that there's reasons why God inspired the story of Joseph, and it's with us in Scripture. One of the things we learn from it is that Joseph had a dream, a God-given dream. And I believe everybody can have a God-given dream. I don't think it's just limited to a chosen few. Anybody can have a God-given dream. You don't even particularly have to be mature or spiritual to have a God-given dream. However, the goal is that dream will motivate you to mature and to become spiritual. This, to me, is like a roadmap for life. And let's face it, Neil, a lot of people today, they don't know where they're going. They don't know what they're doing. They live day to day. I think of younger people, and this has been a case throughout, even our generation, where because they don't know what they're doing, they just run around in wolf packs, spraying graffiti, getting into trouble, getting drunk. That's what happens when you don't have vision for your life. You live carelessly. Joseph, on the other hand, he didn't have any time to waste. He knew where he was going. He knew what he wanted to do. And that is a fantastic motivator for today and the future.
And because we have this picture of Joseph from boyhood into adult years and through all of those trials and adversity that we've been talking about, we can see that God has a plan for his life and he has a plan for our lives today.
Yes, Neil, I try to get through to people, God does have plans, but the plans are within the confines of his kingdom. We are called to be subjects as well as kings and priests in God's kingdom. The plan is not outside of the kingdom. It's part and parcel of the kingdom. We all have different gifts. We all have different calls, but all of it, shall we say, flows together into a kingdom principle. And let me tell you, kingdom living beats the socks off just natural organic living. I know organic's a revered term now, but it's kingdom living overrules and overrides the indignities we face in our current world. Kingdom living will trump every time. And Neil, it is important for our friends out there to realize that when you're living in the kingdom, you're not living in increasing darkness like the rest of the world. On the contrary, Proverbs 4:18 applies. You're on the path of the just. It does get brighter and brighter to the perfect day. Now, that doesn't mean there'll be no adversity or trials, but what it does mean, you will always be in the light.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Kameel Majdali from Teach All Nations. Find articles, videos and podcasts from Dr. Kameel, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future in the Vision app or at vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.